Welcome, everybody. This is Star Trek Adventures. We are Tabletop Anthologies. With us today are three of the finest crew, except for I need to get my third crew member up because I don't see his camera. So he's actually in the sonic shower right now. So give me a second while I knock on his door. Giggity. How's everybody doing today? There he is. Oh, he's
Swell.
swell.
Just dandy.
Enough of the small talk. Let's kick some alien ass.
Time for some alien ass. So yes, we left off. The captain and Reinach Vogt were speaking to the Thelema's main computer to find out why two of his men got sent to the Darkface. In their mind, unwillingly. So they found out there at the end that the computer has to kind of compensate, or at least in its computer brain, that there are people who like to fight unwilling guests, and so he compensated with that, and that's how he's justifying it in his head. So, you know, they generally desire and consent to want to fight those kind of people. So that's what he's claiming. And then the main director, Viswarasa, sent her a right-hand Hamasaur down to escort them. And once they learned of that information, he drew a phaser on them. And that is where we ended. We are going to pick up at a different spot first. And since we only got three of us here today, Commander Kaval, Lieutenant Zemtak Thrall, and Commander Kullat, we're going to divide up some spots here. So, Tak Thrall, do you mind covering on Grax in the Darkface?
Of course.
All right. And Kullat, do you mind covering on Reinach Vogt at the computer?
I will do my best.
Okay, and you know, Judge Wolf is right. This is Star Trek, and we don't kick alien ass. We ask them nicely first, and then we kick their ass.
And then inevitably we have
And then
to
we,
kick their way.
yes. Oh, and the game's paused. Perfect. I'm glad I know that. Thank you. So, consent, warp speed. So we are going to take ourselves to the forest. Let me get that up for us.
The Force? Man, that's not even the right franchise.
I know. It's bullshit. So let's get a little Amazon atmosphere. And as it loads, let me know you guys can all see the screen, and then we'll go from there. Whoops. 3. Actually, it's going to be this one. There we are. Once you all make it over, I had to switch the screen. Sorry.
Dare you.
I know. This is why we don't have nice things. There's Turg and Forlock. Okay, perfect. Yep. So we left off here where the alien called a Cobra Road was escorting them on their way up the terrace, and he said, you know, this is a tough travel. I can get you to the end. And we took them here to an edge where they could try and jump across this ravine and avoid being hit by one of these trees that basically have giant spikes and will grab a hold of you and then, stick you with venom, and then you'll eventually slowly die from the inside. The other path was simply going up a steep mountainside. I don't think you guys had picked, but that's where we're going to pick up on. So you guys still have your choice of running across the ravine or taking the path to the on the cliffside, the steep cliffside. So Bavokan looks at both of you and he says, well, what will it be? What choice are we going? We must not lollygag.
I think we had already made the decision to try to cross the gorge, but that seemed the quickest way.
And he looks at you and he says, you are both humans. You both move slowly. Do you have an issue with this gravity?
What did you just call me? Say that again to my face.
Oh yes.
I pull out my ice pick. Go on, say it to my face.
He kind of
dare you.
He flashes his blades and he says, all right, Andorian. You both are affected by this gravity. Are you sure you want to try and leap across this?
How long of a jump would it be?
It's probably about a 5 to 8 foot jump, and any complications, like, so right now your complication range is at a 5, and the difficulty to jump is a 3.
And what gravity are we at? Comparative to Earth?
Comparative to Earth, it's kind of like Mars, so a little heavier.
So 1.5?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, right. Mars is the other way, right?
Yeah, you need a bigger planet.
Is it heavier? Okay, sorry. Whatever the gravity is, it's a little heavier than Earth.
I think we could do it.
So that is your choice. Any complications means you're going to get stuck by the spiky tree.
And we've got a momentum of 3. You have to use 2 momentum to boost your roll, right?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. 1 momentum generally boosts your roll. 2 momentum it costs to remove a complication.
How much for an extra die?
I believe it's just 1. Let me double check here. Rules. Journal. Momentum. Disarm. Keep initiative. Avoid injury.
Momentum, mo problems. That's what I always say.
So no, it would just be it'd be 1 die for basically.
Then that's what we're gonna do. That's
1 momentum, 1 dice.
Andal and I, we're gonna try to jump it. We're each gonna use, if you guys are okay with it, we're each gonna use 1 point of momentum to add an extra die to jump over this. What did you say the complicate? Whoa. So how many successes do we need?
You just need 1 success to make it across.
Oh, we got this. We got this.
Remember, your difficulty is 3 because of the gravity, and the complication range is 5 because of the tree right there.
Yeah. Well, why can't we just go up the bank a little bit? What's on the other side of that tree?
Which one?
The one to the north.
Up here?
Yeah.
A mountain cliff that.
So this
flat.
is the lowest. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he's brought you to the lowest point. He also brought you here because there's a lift on the other side that'll take you up to the next terrace.
So you're saying stop trying to game the system and just deal with it. Okay, no, that's cool.
I mean,
that's
dealer's
cool.
choice here. There's a path, and then there's the other path.
What about the big green guy? I mean, is this like he can just hop up across, no problem?
He's going to be jumping too. He's going to have to face the same perils. But remember, he's here. This is like a sport to him. This is all fun and games for him. So
yeah,
the danger and everything else is all fine with him.
Yeah, but is he good enough at this that he could actually carry us across?
He might be. You might have to convince him.
Nah, I'm jumping. I'm going right now.
You want to go first? Does Grax, do you have anything to say to add?
Good luck.
Are you jumping too, Grax?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to let my my comrade jump first in case he requires any medical attention.
Wait, do we have like a golden lasso or anything that we can, string? If I make it across, that we can string it.
You don't have a golden lasso, but you might be able to ask other questions.
What else do we have? Well, we don't have much, actually.
He looks down at you and he says, he shakes his head. So this is supposed to be a trial. This is supposed to be fun. These perilous
We're not even supposed
tasks.
to be here.
Yeah, and that's what you said.
I'm supposed to be in the engineering compartment.
You can't even jump. Can't even jump. This guy with his antenna, and he kind of reveals like the sash around his waist that's kind of holding some things up is also a long rope. And he says,
"Is it holding up his trousers?"
It is not. There's another loincloth underneath.
Okay, all right, that's a relief.
But he says, "I can jump across first if you clearly are unwilling and unable to make it yourselves.
Buddy, you keep riding me, you're going to see where this ends. But yeah, let's do that. You jump first. Give us one end of that rope.
Okay. So let's see. Tree route. All right. For him, it's going to be a control and security. His difficulty is actually 2, because he's done this before, and his complication range will be a little lower. So it'll be 3. And I'm spending threat for an extra dice. So, but Vulcan, he kind of steps back, and you kind of see him step between these 2 trees right here, and you can see he's kind of eyeing some things, and you almost see what looks to be like trampling in between the trees, almost like a path you've seen people take before. And so he takes a running, or actually before he starts, and he turns around to Grax, and he hands him part of the rope. Says, hold on to it and don't drop it. And he ties the other piece around his waist, and he starts running. And he leaps across, he misses the tree, and he makes it safely across. And the whole time while he's standing there, you do see this tree. It almost looks like it, I mean, it is alive, but it's like snakes on its limbs, and they're just kind of out reaching for him. But he seems to be in a spot that they can't reach him, and he seems comfortable knowing that while holding the rope.
Tell me something. Values. If you use one of your values, what's the benefit of that?
So your values, that's going to be more towards giving you, like, what's it called? Let me find the rule here. Youth of determination, basically. So if you're going to use one of your values here, you're going to have to describe to me how it's going to play into effect.
Well, I'll
also,
tell you. One
okay.
of my values is honor, guts, glory. Now, if that ticks all 3 of those boxes, I'm running for it.
Okay, so are you going first?
Am I running? Yeah.
Yeah. So are you? What do you want to do? Are you going to jump? Okay.
I'm gonna jump.
Because remember, Grax is holding the one rope while.
Yeah, but there's a tree there, right? Isn't there a tree
yeah,
there?
there's 2 trees in between, and Bavokin's standing here with the rope. So.
And Grax can just tie off to one of these trees and just, you know.
Could, yeah, absolutely.
See you on the other side, Andor, and I take a run and leap.
So you're going to use your value then, right?
Yep. I'm using my
Okay.
value.
So basically, what this is this is going to be your use of determination. So it's going to count like you've already rolled 1d20. And it's gonna count that you've rolled a success, a one success. So that means 2 successes. So
I just don't want to roll any complications, is what you're telling me.
basically, yes, yeah. So
Okay, well,
you
I'm
still
not
have to
gonna
roll
use-
1 success to make it across, and any complications there might be trouble too. So
Oh, so the question is, do I still want to use momentum or not? Nah, fuck it. I'm not going to. I'm going to go without the extra die.
okay.
What is this going to be? This is daring. Can I use daring? This is very daring.
Yeah, I have it as control and security. If you can describe to me why you'd rather use daring, you can use daring.
I'll go with control. I'm cool with that. And so there's nothing I actually do with the roll because of the value. And I apologize to everyone watching that I'm getting into the mechanics of this. I don't
No,
mean to
mechanics are
get down
good.
on the grass.
No, on your roll, where it shows complication range.
Yeah, use determination value. I see it.
Yep. But then also where it says complication range, put 5 instead of 1.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the engineer. Don't ever apologize for getting into the mechanics.
Come on, bitch. Oh, look at that too.
Oh!
3 successes. Yeah, but 3 successes. That one of those fucks up that complication.
So you have your
Negates. Negates is the word I was actually looking for. Negates the complication, right?
what? No, so you have your determination dice. That's the 1, right? So that gives you the 2 successes. That other 2 gives you your 3rd success. So you make it across, but one of those branches comes whipping by, and it hits you right on the arm. And as you make it across, the Vulcan grabs you, and he kind of almost like sleds you or like throws you behind him as he sees you get hit. And what I'm going to need from you, sir, is I need you to roll 2 challenge dice, please.
Challenge dice. Wait, I know how to do this. Perform challenge. Here we go. 2. Okay, here we go. Bam! Is that good?
Well, so take away 3 damage.
Damn it.
And until you actually get medical help, you're going to take another damage basically every so often. So
okay, well,
you're
going to have to tell me when that is.
I will. And I'm marking it down here, and it's basically advanced medical help. So that means like sick bay kind of shit.
I got you. Okay. So on you, Andal.
So yes. So yeah, I guess you make it across, but you get whipped. Grax, you're up.
T'Thok, are you okay?
The fuck I am. You see what I did there?
I'll be there momentarily. And I guess I'm also gonna make the jump.
Okay. Let's see here.
Didn't you get a rope across? Can't you climb the rope?
Yeah, he's still holding the rope.
Yes, I could do that.
Just trying to minimize your risk of falling in a ravine.
Yeah, especially when I'm not playing my own character.
Fuck it, it's Seb's.
Oh, you're playing someone else? Oh, it's fine. He's a doctor.
Yeah, he'll heal him. Still spit on his own wounds.
All right. I'll find a big rock or a nice sturdy tree to tie that rope off to, and then make a shimmy over.
Okay, so he's holding it, and he knows you're pretty skinny, Grax, but he also turns back and looks to Caval, and he says, Andorian, I need your weight. Get up here.
I hobble over and grab on.
Okay, so if you're swinging across, we're going to do 2 things here. Let me get his sheet up. So you're going to assist me, Caval.
Okay.
This is going to be a fitness and fitness and security. It's going to be a difficulty 3 due to weight because he's holding it on himself and you're helping him.
We're getting rated.
Are we?
So, did you say I have to change complication range? Is that what you said?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Millie the GM, thank you for that raid. Welcome to Star Trek Adventures. We're crossing a dangerous ravine.
Dangerous ravine.
Yeah, so there'll be no complications. Or, yeah, you'll still do the complication range of 3 since he's kind of controlling the rope.
Okay.
You just don't want to get hit by any of these branches. So we're going to roll this first, Grax, and then you'll do your roll, okay? So I'm doing 2, and this is just to hold it up.
Okay, tell me when to roll.
Go ahead.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, that was
So,
bad.
all right.
Whoops.
So,
Oh,
Grax.
shit.
So, Grax. Now I need you. It's either fitness or control and security. Since you're shimming across this rope, it's going to be a difficulty of 2, and your complication range is only going to be 2 because they're trying to hold things steady. So, we're going to do something here in a second. So, go ahead and roll that.
I actually do not have permissions on Grax's.
Oh, okay. Here, hang on 1 second.
Well, I kind of messed that up. Sorry, Endo.
There you go. Try now.
No skin off my bones.
It's just Seb's. No big deal.
Said control and security.
Control and security, sir. Yes. Difficulty 2. Complication range of 3, please.
Yep.
Okay. So you hold on to the rope. But you notice the rope does go limp, and Kaval, your foot kind of slips. Maybe it's because of this toxin that's in your arm, and maybe it's painful, but you lose your balance and you kind of fall forward, which Vulcan was kind of using you to brace, and he falls forward. So this thing dips, and now he's on his ass, sitting there like this, kind of holding this rope as Grax kind of hangs in the middle of this ravine, and he's trying to keep this rope from not falling. So what are you guys doing right now?
Well, I start scrambling, right, trying to get my footing, and throw my weight into the rope.
Okay.
Or try to.
Vulcan's laying like this on the ground, holding that rope, like the heels of his feet are kind of dug in. So you're like pushing towards him, basically?
Well, I don't want to push him off the edge.
Well, no, like reverse, like so.
Yeah, exactly.
You're coming at me like face first, like we're about to make out, but it's more of pushing and weight type.
Why do you always got to go there? You got to make. Why did you have to make it weird?
It wasn't weird. Okay, so then what I need from you, Vulcan's going to do a fitness and security of a difficulty of 2. I also need you, fitness and security difficulty 2 first. Grax, what are you doing while these guys are trying to keep what slack is left, and you dangle over this ravine? You've seen Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, right? Okay. Good. So
Do I
here
roll?
we go. Yes, we roll.
Yeah.
Come on, bitch!
Okay. So both of you, you're able to push him back. So this is enough to basically keep him from going forward. So Grax, your slack doesn't drop anymore, so you can attempt to climb the rope if you like. Or you could just hang there. Or you could do something I've never even heard of.
I think we're gonna try to climb the rope. Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be a fitness and security. That'll also be a difficulty of 3 because of the gravity and because you were kind of caught off guard. So as a GM and a friendly admiral here, you have 3 momentum, so it might be a good idea to use them.
Yes, that is the plan. I'm going to use
The doctor, right? Maybe he can administer an amphetamine to himself. Give him a little oomph.
Let's see. Comp range still 3?
No, there's no complication range yet. It's just normal 1, since the tree isn't an issue for you right now. So you make it up part of the way, and you're probably about a foot away from the cliff at this point. And Vulcan says, I got my heels dug in. Where's he at? Did he fall? He was a weak Bajordan.
Andor, you still there? Andor!
Yes, I'm fine. I only have a little further to go.
Look out for the trees. They suck.
Trees?
Andorian, can you help pull?
I'm giving it all I got.
And he says to himself, I think I've heard that somewhere. So he's going to ask you, he seems to be confident in the fact that his feet are dug in. He's going to help pull, or he's going to start trying to pull him up. Kaval, what do you want to do?
Assist.
Okay. It's going to be a fitness and security, also difficulty of 2 here.
Both of us?
Yes.
Son of a...
Okay.
I'm just going to let go of the rope.
Ah!
So, Grax, I need from you, are you waiting to be pulled up? Are you climbing yourself? What are you doing here?
Yeah, so at a certain point, when the lip of the cliff gets within my eyesight, I think Grax would still have a hold of the rope, but he would probably start to grab onto the side of the cliff.
Okay.
In order to pull himself up.
Okay, yeah, because they're successful in pulling you up, but I'm going to describe what happens here in a minute. So give me a fitness and security difficulty of 2, please.
And just a little tip. Apparently rolling high isn't good.
Different game. So, Grax, you make it to the edge.
Nice!
And you make it up. And as you're coming over, you do see one of those tentacle arms, once again, come like swooping down, and it hits Caval's leg with the spike again because of that complication. So, Caval, roll me 2 challenge dice, please. 2 stress, please, as well. So, you make it up, and he stays like you see Bavoken, and he doesn't even get up. He says, "Stay low. The branches can't hit you." And he's kind of like shimmying backwards now with the rope, pulling you guys. And behind you, you see the lift that he spoke about, and he's quick to untie that. And as you make it up, he's quick to untie your end as well, Grax. Or actually, no, it's on the other end of the tree. So he just kind of lets loose and starts walking towards the lift.
Cold. So very cold.
Caval, let me take a look at your wounds. So yeah, I'm going to analyze his wounds, see what kind of toxins are flowing through his blood.
So you don't have a tricorder?
Oh, okay.
You guys didn't make it down with anything.
That's right. Okay.
You might be able to do like a
physical examination, see if there's anything going on.
You could probably do like spit on it and maybe like a quick thinking fix, but not much that you're going to be able to do. So you just have to tell me what you want to do first.
Does it hurt when I do this? Yes!
Can I see any of these branches that maybe have a like smaller or weaker branch that isn't so thorny that I could potentially snap off really quick?
No. I mean, you see smaller branches, but you don't really see the spikes on it. It's once it tends to make contact is when the spikes come out. So you really don't know where the spikes are on this thing. And it might not be wise grabbing it.
Right. It doesn't seem as though I have enough information to analyze your wound here. Maybe we should continue forward, and if we find a clearing that is a little less dangerous, I will look at you further and potentially find a way to alleviate some of your ailments.
Thank you, my friend.
So, we're going to switch things here, and we're going to go over to the bridge, where the captain has left Commander Kullat in charge, as he went down to the mainframe computer with Reinhard Vacht. Commander Kullat, what's going on up here? Are you doing anything special?
So where am I at on this? I'm just aware that we have people that haven't come back, or have they communicated to me that?
So yeah, you were in the room. You were present when the captain came back and spoke to the director Viswarasa, and she was surprised to find that 2 of his men went down there, but believed it might have been because they willed to go themselves. So he and Reinhard Vacht went down to speak with her. And they, after they spoke with her, they relayed up that they were going to talk to the mainframe computer. And that's the last you've heard so far.
Okay, and you say last time Reinhardt was trying to get through the shielding, or?
Last time, Thrall was looking for a way to break through the shielding, but found that there's a heavy security system in place, and to do so would be an extended task. And he had started that, he just didn't roll a successful first roll.
Okay, he's still up here with us?
Thrall is, yes.
Kullat would say, Thrall, I will assist you as needed. I do find it pertinent to gain our own access to this system.
Of course, I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
So I would be helping him with, if he's still able to do the extended task, I'd be helping him with that.
Yeah, and really anybody can help chip away. This is up to however you guys want to do it. So the extended task was basically a workload of, what do I have here? I have 10, a magnitude of 4, a resistance of 4, and a difficulty of 3. So that means any rolls you do towards this are difficulty of 3, and I'll keep track of the extended task here for you. You just have to tell me what you want to do.
Okay, so where had you started, Thrall?
I recall if you don't, because I have it wrote down.
I do not.
Okay. He was essentially looking to kind of find a way through the security initially, like decrypt the security to try and find a gap that he might be able to work through.
Let me take a look at this myself. I might see something that you may have missed.
Go ahead, I'm not great with software.
So Kullat would use his, get my sheet up. Kullat has a computer's focus, so he would use that if possible with his reason and science-mindedness to, look at this software, this information, and see where there might be a weakness for him to, create a backdoor, gain access.
Okay. So then from you, I need a reason and security, please. This will be a difficulty of 3. Who would like to roll for the ship? Caval,
Yeah.
Would you like to roll for the ship?
Yeah, I can roll for the ship.
Okay. Let me know what you're in, and I'll
let's
tell
see.
you what you need to roll.
Where do I go to? Bridge crew, engineering, mass operations, security.
Yeah, it should be under NPCs and supporting characters. And then it's under bridge crew.
Bridge crew. Okay. USS Surprise. Okay, got it.
All right, so he's doing reason and security. I need from the ship. This is going to be, let's see where it went. Sensors and security, please. And it's just
Sensors,
one die.
security.
It's one die.
It's one die.
Un die.
One task. One die.
Okay. That's okay. So now, because you were successful initially, what I need from you, Kullat, is, let's see. So you're going to roll 2 challenge dice for your discipline. And your discipline that you used, I assume, was science, right? Or security? It was security. So you get 2 challenge dice plus your discipline. So what's your science? Or sorry, what's your security?
Well, my security's only a 1.
Oh, so that's 3 challenge dice. Any resistance? So back to any resistance. So 3. So you're successful in actually roll your 3 challenge dice, and I'll tell you what's going on here. And you can tell me how you did it. Okay.
2 effects, 2 success.
Okay. So you actually you find the right thing in this decryption, but for some reason it had changed rapidly, and as far as you know, you've made no progress.
They have active anti-hacking countermeasures in place. This is going to be more complicated.
Do you have any suggestions? I can help you tamper with any hardware on the ship that may be to our advantage.
Yes, perhaps if we both try to exploit the system at the same time, it won't be able to compensate as quickly.
It's worth a try.
I'm in.
Okay. Let's see here. So also, Kaval, like you can be part of the scene as well. You just have to use the supporting character. So you don't have to sit out if you don't want to.
Gotcha.
And I would assume that you'd be on the bridge somewhere anyways with a specific supporting character. So if there's one you like, let me know. We'll bring him in the scene, and you can add in some stuff too.
Okay, fine. Excuse me, Commander? Over the comm. This is Ensign Moore down in engineering.
Ensign Moore, go ahead.
Commander, perhaps I could look for a weakness in their shield pattern transmitters.
Interesting idea, Ensign.
Okay.
So, is that a yes?
Ensign, I trust you in your field. You may proceed.
Okay, so Ensign Moore wants to take a stab at this.
Okay.
And neural net processor systems. What the AI? Oh yeah, that's what he's looking for. He's gonna use that angle. He's gonna use that speciality, that focus.
Focus. Okay.
He's gonna look for a loophole, or a mess up from the AI running this force field system. Net.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Let me double check one thing here. Fuck. Okay. So, and don't forget, you still have momentum to use if you guys want to use that towards this. Then from you, I will need a reason and security, please. Or actually, since it's the way you described it, you could use reason and security or reason and engineering. Don't forget to click your focus. And then whoever's doing the ship, it's sensors and security or sensors and engineering.
Okay. All right, so this is Ensign Moore. How many successes was I going for?
You need 3.
Oh, fuck. Okay, and then going for the ship again. What did you say the ship was? Sensors and engineering?
Sensors and engineering or security, yes. 1 dice.
That's 1 die.
Better hope you roll a 1.
Big money, no whammies. Oh.
Well, at least it wasn't a complication.
So yeah, no joy. You gonna report your findings back, Ensign?
Commander, this is Ensign Moore.
Ensign?
No luck, Commander. I'll keep checking.
Your efforts are appreciated, Ensign Moore. Do continue. And then Kullat, turns off the communicator and says, "Frickin' rookie."
Well, that's very un-Vulcan-like.
He does not. That was a joke. I was making a joke.
Maybe he was approaching Ponfar. I wasn't sure if he was a little moody.
Strikes the console and curses.
Everybody slowly turns and. So, would you like to continue? What do you want to do here?
Yeah. Turg and I were gonna try and exploit the system at the same time so it can't shift as quickly as it did, like it did for me just now.
Okay. So he'll be assisting you in your role then, okay? So it's going to be the same roles as before, either reason in science, reason in security, or reason in engineering, however you want to justify it. And whatever you are rolling, Kullat, Thrall needs to be rolling the same. And since it's an assist, it's only 1 dice. So whoever leads is rolling their normal 2. Whoever's assisting is doing 1.
I'll be doing a reason and science. Yeah, do I need to explain that further?
No, you've already kind of explained why you're using what you're using. Okay, so, and your science discipline is 5. Okay, so 5 and 2, that's 7. So roll 7 challenge dice, please. Progress is being made. Okay. All right, so a couple things happen here, and let me find my screen to explain it. Let's see. So, in any one time, once 5 work has been achieved, you get a breakthrough, basically. So after the resistance here, you have 5 work that you knocked off. So you essentially achieve a breakthrough. So it's now a magnitude 3 and a difficulty of 2 and a work of 5 and a resistance here. Okay, so the first part, you are able to decrypt the station's security. So I guess tell me what you guys found out and what you figured out, and we'll keep going if you want to keep going.
So I was doing what I did before, but this time we were, we had the same information up on our consoles. I found what I found before, but before it could slip away this time, I pointed it out to him, and we both attacked the system in the same way so it couldn't block us both. So he rolled no success. I'll say he hit the button first and the system blocked him, and I hit it and then had the breakthrough that I needed to get in and gain access.
Awesome. So you don't have much more to go if you want to keep going.
Yeah. Just take control of this. Take control.
Okay. So what are you doing now that you've decrypted the science's or the station's security?
What have we gained specific access to anything, or that's still what we're
No,
working
you
toward?
basically understand. You've decrypted it, like, so you understand, like, its language now.
Okay. So I'm talking to their computers now. The next step would be I'm searching their systems for any items I can take control of. And that's, information or locations of people down on the surface and ability to turn off whatever blocks us from beaming people out.
Okay. So, same thing, same roles. If you want to do them, just let me know what you want to do. And Thrall, are you assisting him?
Why, of course.
Okay. So Kullat, the floor is yours.
So I'll do another reason and science then.
Okay. So that is a difficulty of 2. So with science, so roll 7 challenge dice, please. Please. So with 6, so minus 2, that's 4. So we'll get rid of that. So you don't achieve... Actually, hang on.
We don't achieve the singularity.
So 2. So that's 4. So you have 1 work left. And magnitude. Okay, so you seem to make some progress, but not enough. Like, you seem to have found your source, but maybe the security system is kind of shifted a little bit, and you just have to do a little more adjusting yourself.
Okay. Commander Kullat to Ensign Moore.
Ensign Moore here, Commander.
I'm sending you the information we've attained so far towards gaining access to their systems. See if any of this helps you in what you were trying to achieve.
Commander, this is Jam 2. Ian.
Man with the name, go ahead.
I'm crunching these numbers, Commander, and I think perhaps I might have the opportunity, or I could take a chance and I could distract the security system to allow you to bypass its focus.
If you have confidence in your work, make it so.
Yeah, I want to use. He's also down in engineering.
Okay.
Admiral Cheese, the Bjorn. Could
Yes.
you give me access to him? He's going to try using insight or reason, so it doesn't matter, and engineering, and use his investigative techniques focus.
There you go.
Is that acceptable to you, sir?
That's acceptable to me.
Okay, come on, biatch. Son of a...
Damn.
Okay. I got this.
The engineering on this ship suck. Engineering section.
So, across your console, Thrall, you start to get this. This sound starts to come through. And also followed by that, you're receiving a hail.
On screen.
On screen is the director, Visharatha. She looks at everybody. She kind of has a troubled look on her face, and she says, "While your captain is down here doing work for your crew, I see you up here are trying to commit some sort of subterfuge. So I regret to inform you that you've compelled us to employ active measures to protect our guests' privacy. We intend you no harm, but we require that you desist your scanning efforts if you wish to remain our guests. If you do not stand down, you will not be allowed to remain within sensor range of the Lema." And she ends the call, and you do feel the surprise begin to shake and to begin to shudder. And once again, Thrall and Kullat, you both look down at your consoles, and you realize that the station's tractor beam, thank you, is starting to push you away.
Fire photon torpedoes!
I mean, that was rude of her to put a message out and just shut the channel. Am I able to force the message back?
Like a hail?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
hail
you-
no.
Yeah. Hail no! Yeah, you can try and hail her. Sure.
So I hail back real quick.
Yes, Commander.
That was most rude to send such a message and not stay on the line to communicate. You indicate you are here trying to protect the privacy of your guests, and in the same breath, you refer to us as your guests, and you've afforded us no such protections ourselves. We are here protecting our own men, and you aren't assisting us in a way that is acceptable. So we are forced to take our own measures. I suggest you either stand down. Now, I suggest you stand down in resisting us.
You will not be allowed to scan this station. You are our guests. However, we still also have to take the privacy of our other guests into consideration. Your captain is trying to work through whatever circumstance he feels or whatever reasons he feels your crewmates went to the dark side. Every time you try to complete or do something against our station, it's going to affect things down there. So I suggest you stop this, or we'll pull the captain off the station, and your friends will just have to find their own way off the dark face.
Once again, you speak of protections for the guests, and yet offered no viable solution for us. And then I closed our hail.
Oh.
Yeah. Snap back.
To reality?
Whoop. I'm
Okay.
turning off gravity.
Oh, gravity is off. So after that quick discussion, we're gonna shift over to the what do you call it? The mainframe computer, where the captain and Thrall, well, it wasn't Thrall, it was Reinach Vogt, are down speaking to the computer, and they have, actually, let me fix this, because for some reason Turg isn't on this one. There he is, nice. Full screen. There we are, full screen.
He's huge!
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
So, you guys are at the station, or at the computer. Who would like to control the captain? Since Kullat is going to be doing Reinach Vogt, who would like to control the captain?
Go for it. Zemp, seeing as how I'm screwing up all my other rolls.
So, we left you guys off actually at this scene after finding out from the computer that it seems to reconcile the desire of unconsenting victims in his system by sending them. And when that happened, Hamasor did draw a phaser. Now, I do also recall the captain went down with one and Reinach Vogt went down with a phaser rifle. So I will allow you guys to do one thing before we possibly enter combat. Guess it's up to you.
Reinach Vogt is like a security guy, right?
Yeah, he's the Klingon.
He's the chief
So-
security.
He's the ship Klingon.
To that end, he's the ship. To that end, the second that guy pulls that, he's aiming down rifle at him and tells him, "That is most unwise, drop it."
Nice.
Okay. So he looks at you both. Let me find him here. He looks at you both, and he kind of just starts laughing. He still has his phaser up. He doesn't even lower it. And he looks to the computer, and he says, "Computer, now that you've revealed this, and now that you see that their intentions, you will send these men to the dark face to join their friends." And the computer kind of, you can see its little screen kind of going at it, right?
Reinach shoots the computer.
Damn!
You sure?
Yup.
It's your last...
Yes. I'm not gonna
Okay.
metagame. He's a man of action.
Okay.
Computer's what's about to do whatever bad thing this guy wants. He shoots the fucking computer. I'm sorry, he shoots the darn thing.
Okay, so, give me a control, or yeah, what is it, a ranged? It's ranged. Let me find your combat here. Combat. So, it's going to be ranged attack. Control and security difficulty of 2, please. Do you have access to this thing?
Yep. You
Okay.
said control and security.
Control and security.
Can I use combat tactics as a focus? Because I'm combating the computer here and using the tactics to shoot it right.
Eloquently put. Yeah, go ahead. So, let's just go with. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. So, you fire your phaser, and it hits this thing, and you see that all around it, it looks like it has a force field around it, so it seems to absorb whatever blast you just fire out. So you hear that dull tone that when you shoot into a shield, it kind of hovers around this thing. And the computer's still going, and it says, "Before you shoot me, Commander Vogt, hear my decision."
Oh wait, is this computer like sentient or something?
Yeah, partially.
Oh.
We did come in peace.
I mean, that just is kind of like morally dubious in the Trek world, so
Has there ever... That's actually a good point. Has there ever been a good sentient computer? Sentient
Hey,
AI in the Star Trek franchise?
you know what? That's a good point. So does this force field look like it would just block oh yeah, data in the T
He's
sorry,
sent it.
T
He's
hex
good.
or however you say it, data he makes
Tex?
Tex.
Tex?
Did that force field look like it was just against energy weapons, or would that block the physical attack as well?
I don't know. But you do see a red light going off in the background, and the computer is still awaiting a response from you.
Sending them against their will, or sending us against our will, is against what you said this place was in the first place. You will stop now.
Commander Kullat, Commander Vogt, I have not sent you. I could have sent you just as quick as Subdirector Hamasor has requested. I have decided not to send you against your will. I do not feel that you were willing to go. I can sense it, and therefore I will not send you.
And why did you send our other men? I know these men, they would not have consented to going.
Hamasor walks up with his phaser as you're talking to it still, and he says, "Put down the phaser."
He turns
So
and
he's-
aims it at him.
He's close to you now. You guys are both basically within reach. Put down the phaser.
I'm aimed at the computer. I'd turn and knock the phaser out of his hand with my rifle.
That is your attempt? Okay. So we're gonna do.
You don't close range on a Klingon who's
Well,
already turned lasers off.
You don't know Hamasor. Maybe he is. So that's gonna be considered a melee attack, and it's gonna be daring and security, a difficulty of 1. And remember, this is basically an opposed attack, so I also get to roll. And if I beat you, I win. So you go ahead and roll first.
And I'm using a focus of hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
You got this. Come on.
Okay. So let's see. And he doesn't have a focus.
Yeah, that's right, he doesn't.
So you're successful. What do you do?
As I said before, he starts approaching me. I turn with my rifle and whip it to knock the phaser out of his hand.
So the and the phaser kind of like rolls past the computer, and when you see it roll past the computer, you notice that so you guys are kind of standing right here, and there's still a couple feet between you and the computer mainframe. And when that phaser shoots past the computer, you see basically like a blast door kind of shoot up where the computer was, so you can no longer see it, but you three are left in the room by yourselves. And he's kind of like this at this point. And the door that you all walked in from, two more Thalaman security officers walk in with phasers themselves, and they say, everybody lower their weapons.
I keep the phaser rifle leveled at his chest, and I say, no, it is you that will lower your weapons.
And they step aside, and the director walks in, and she is not armed, and she says, there's no need for violence.
Tell that to your man. He pulled phaser first and commanded the computer send us against our will.
So she walks up to Hamasor. Reinach, give me a presence and command difficulty of 2, please.
I don't know exactly what you're going for here, but I have a focus of composure on him, if that helps.
Okay. It's basically you're trying to get him to admit what's going on.
I don't see what composure is, so I'll just roll without it.
Is that what was that was that a value?
No, it was a focus.
Okay. I mean, if you can kind of dictate how this would play a part in this situation, you can use it.
Well, composure, I guess I would say I'm using my presence and command. You know, it sounds like an intimidation. It sounds like command. I'm telling him what to do, but the composure I'm saying would help me by being a control over my own presence and what I'm projecting outwards.
Okay. Then go ahead. Make that roll. Captain Turg, are you doing anything at this point, sir?
Captain Maricadi would be no, he would be frozen, watching the situation, trusting that his security officer is keeping him as safe as possible.
Okay. So
hi, yes, this is Kelly Richards from the ER.
Hi, Kelly.
On screen, who is this guy?
Who pushed the comm badge? Who pushed the comm badge? Okay. So Hamasor looks at Visorasa and says, I've been serving you all my life. You are to believe them over me? They fired at the computer. You can see the protection wall is up. And she looks over at the Klingon and the captain, and she says, Captain, is this true?
No, it isn't. This wall didn't appear before our eyes until after we were already threatened.
So you're saying, who threatened you? The computer?
No, the computer told us that it did not believe that we had consented or wanted to go to the dark side. Your friend here was trying to send us there by force, which is when he pulled his phaser on us.
So you kind of see her like pull something out of her wrist, and she taps something on the basically the data pad. So this wall lowers, and she looks at the computer, and she says, Computer, can you confirm what the captain is stating? And you see its lights going again, and it says, I can confirm this. And right in front of you guys, almost like an R2-D2 type of picture, it shows everything in replay, right? It shows basically the whole conversation in replay in 3D. So she's hearing a lot of this for the first time. So she pretty much looks like she's been what's the word? Double-crossed, lied to. For the first time, she's just can't believe what she's seeing and what she's hearing from Hamasor. And then she looks at him, and she says...
She's not angry, she's just disappointed?
Absolutely, yeah. She looks at him and, see here. Where are we at? I'm stunned. Hamasor. I can't believe these actions would come from you. And he looks and he's like, I'm not the only one. I did this to assist someone on the dark face. His name is Vulcan. And she nods and she looks at the security and she says, take him to our office where the security rooms are.
Take him away!
Captain?
Take him to your leader.
Captain and Commander, if you'll follow me to my office, we will find your crew members and we will take them from the dark face.
Please and thank you. That's all we've asked this entire time.
Sorta. So, she walks you guys back up to the office yourselves. Not until we go back to the dark face. So as they're making their way up, let's see here. Let's start this up. Start. So you get to the lift, and Vulcan has taken you up, and you kind of get to like a cliff face, basically. And on this cliff face, it's steep. There's lots of rocks to hide behind. The terrace that you're at, there's an overhang, so you can kind of duck under for shade if you really felt like you needed shade. The gravity is a little lighter. You guys kind of feel a little bit more normal compared to your normal gravity. He gets up here and you guys get on the cliff face and he says, now, Andorian, you're injured. I suggest you keep up. This cliff is known to harbor all sorts of animals and other challenges ahead.
Well, that's just dandy.
So you got some pain going on, Caval. Not
Who
yet. But you're not rolling anything yet. I'm just letting you know you got some solid pain going on in your arm and your leg right now. And let's see here. And there we go. So, like I said, you're on this cliff face. You have rocks jutting from all directions. And at that point, Vulcan says, we need to hurry. We need to move you guys now. And so he kind of starts moving along. And as you guys make your way across this cliff face here, you guys start to hear a humming in the sky. Not something that probably looks normal or looks like it's part of this area, but it seems to be getting louder.
Oh, what's that?
Keep up, Andor.
You have you can't control his character. Hang on one second. That's why. Dun, dun, identity. Let's use.
So as we're walking through this cliff passage,
Yeah, you can use your token that way. It's easier for now, but
okay.
it's Andal. It's Andal.
Is there any kind of foliage that we see growing up through any of these crags of rock?
Give me a insight and science or insight and security difficulty of 2.
He's saying it's Craggle Rock.
Craggle Rock.
Yeah.
You see some plant life, but it's more like weeds that have kind of found their way through some cracks and things. No actual foliage really grows. So most of this wall, this terrace face, is rocky and solid.
No worries. But I'm just following the boys.
So if you both could give me a control and security difficulty 2, please.
Finally.
Okay. Cabal, you hear this, but you don't know where it's coming from. Or sorry, Grax, you hear this, but you don't know where this is coming from. Cabal, you do hear where this is coming from, and you actually spot it. And just above you on the terrace and just below you over the edge, you see 2 drones kind of making their way at you. So one's coming from above, one's coming from across at you all. And at that point, when Vulcan sees this, he shouts, "Get under cover!" And so he himself runs underneath the terrace edge here. And he says, "Which one of you can shoot?"
I can shoot, except that I roll for shit.
So he looks at Cabal, and he looks down at his belt, and he takes off his belt, one of his phaser disruptors, and he throws it at you to catch and use. He draws his other one himself, right?
Now we're talking.
So, let me see here. Oh, there's Tony. Give me 1 second. And let me get Grax up.
Oh. I just saw Tyler huge.
There he is. Okay, perfect.
Wait, what? Commander! Captain! What are you doing here?
But just say I had quite the excursion in the laboratory.
Good thing it went out to space. So these drones start to make their way for you. So you caught that phaser, correct, Cabal?
I did.
Okay, Tech, Grax, what are you doing?
I suppose just waiting.
Okay.
Freeze! Make like a tree!
So, he only has 2 phasers, and he tossed one to Cabal. He goes underneath this cliff edge, and as the drones make their appearance, they both fire off their phasers in your direction. But the initial blast of both of them miss, and rocks from above, kind of from this area right here, they start to crumble and they fall down. But these things are starting to come around and hover again. So we're going to go into a little bit of a fight here. So Cabal or Thrall, you get to go first. Dealer's choice here.
I just want to shoot.
Okay.
So
which
anyway,
one? So anyway, which one are you shooting at?
Whichever one is in my field of vision.
It would be the lower one down here.
Okay. And do I roll the 20-sider? Or do I
Yeah,
roll
so
the
you're gonna roll. Oops, I don't know which is closed.
next to phaser type 2? Or do
Not
I
yet.
roll-
So you
do
still
I
need to do
perform
your ranged
task
attack first. Yeah. So you
Oh, okay,
still
gotcha.
have your minor action and your standard action. So if you want to use your minor action, you can do that.
Can I use minor action to aim?
Yes, you can.
Then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So for you, sir, I need a control and security difficulty of 2.
All right, and I'm going to use my fire at will. And I've got hand phasers as oh fuck yeah! And
As
I'm
a
going to use
focus?
hand phasers. I've got hand phasers as a focus, and I've got fire at will as a talent.
Oh, okay. Post up fire at will for me. Your character is capable of tracking. Oh, look at you! Look at you, eyes! Whenever he makes a ranged weapon attack, and then uses the swift task momentum spend to make a second range attack. Oh, okay. So
I can shoot twice?
If you spend momentum to do so, yes.
I'm doing that.
Okay, that's I believe that's 2. Let me double check. If everybody's okay with it.
Is everybody okay with it?
I veto. Yeah.
Yeah, it is 2.
Shut up,
So-
Captain. You're not here.
I'm sorry.
So, all right, first roll, Cabal, ranged. It's going to be control and security difficulty of 2.
Come on, baby. Those are 2 hits.
Okay, so now
Sorry. Those are 2 successes.
I need to give you, your character, this blaster that he threw at you. Give me 1 second. So,
Sure.
actors. There he is. Cabal. Oops. Alright. Vulcan. Disruptor pistol. Oh. Whoops. Okay.
Okay, I don't see it yet.
There you
I'm
go.
refreshing. Okay, try now. Yeah, I see it.
You see it? So roll
Disruptor.
the shield next to it.
Bam!
Okay. So you take you hit this thing. It doesn't kill it, but it does mess it up. So tell me what happens at this point.
But you said it's still flying.
It is still flying, correct?
It takes a hit, shudders, dips, starts to smoke, but it's still flying.
And so if you're spending a 2 momentum, you can go again.
Do I fire at this or do I fire at the other one? What do you guys think? Anybody?
You currently don't have a shot of the other one because you're under
Oh.
the overpass.
Gotcha. Then I shoot at this one again.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
What's the over/under on that?
Oh yes. Okay.
So roll that again, please. Or did you want to do a minor action too? Sorry.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I already hit. I mean, I already
Yeah.
got 2 successes, right? So
Yeah, it just does different things if you use it, so it's fine.
well, I would have aimed. Would have aimed again.
Okay. All right.
And
Yep.
disruptor. Roll die. That looks good.
Whoa.
All right. Find it here. Let me find it here. You tell me what happens because it's going down.
Take a breath. Squeeze the trigger. The thing blows up in a million tiny little sparks and bits and bobs and pieces and tumbles down the cliff side.
Tumbles down the cliff. It does. And so it is gone. And the other one is making its way towards you. But still first, Grax, you have a turn, but you don't have a weapon. What are you doing?
Grax will these are drones, right?
Correct.
Either before it was shot down, or if I have a good line of sight to the other drone, Grax would contemplate the inner mechanisms of said drone, try to remember if he has ever seen any mechanisms that look similar to this before, and potentially point out any weaknesses that they would have to his friend.
Nice.
Are you staying out in the open like that as well to do that?
I'll drop prone.
Okay. So from you then, I'm going to need an insight, and it's either going to be insight and engineering, insight and security, or insight. Insight or engineering, or insight and security, please.
so we'll go for security. Da, 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 da.
Damn.
Wah, wah, wah.
So, you don't recognize this type of drone.
Yep.
Anything else?
These aren't the drones you're looking for.
Nah.
Okay. So, this drone then gets its turn, or actually it's Bavokin's turn. You guys are lucky. So, he uses his minor action to step out in the open. And he's laughing now, like he looks kind of maniacal. He's enjoying every bit of this. And he lifts up his disruptor pistol, and he takes aim at the one above the cliff. And he fires himself. So, let's see, that's going to be control and...
Does he get 3 shots because there's 3 of them?
No, just one. Oh, the lover, 4331. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome. Welcome. We are in combat here with some drones. So yes, daring and security, difficulty, or sorry, ranged attack, control and security, difficulty of 2. Let me make sure there's no focus he can use. Nope. So he rolls that. And he is successful. So as he's laughing, this again just looks like a game to him, right? So he fires his phaser, and it goes up there, and it hits this thing. And let me roll his... Whoa!
No.
So, it also...
successes?
hits... You guys want to be friends with him, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't pick a fight.
So he hits this thing, and it doesn't blow up. It seems to crash in the side of this cliff. And all of a sudden, you start to hear this rumble and the shake, and above you guys, you start to see little pebbles start to trickle down the cliff itself.
Avalanche!
And Bavokin looks up, and he's just kind of like this at this point with his arms like, well, shit. And as those rocks all start to tumble down, you guys hear this sound, and we're taken back. And why does this thing keep disappearing? All of you, all 3 of you, Grax, Caval, and Bavokin end up in Vis Horasa's office, where you see the captain standing and Reinach Vach standing. So, Captain, you kind of missed a little bit of a standoff, and I'll let you guys comment on what's going on here in a minute. When you guys left off last, Hamasaur had pulled that rifle.
Right.
And so Reinach Vach turned and was like, nah, it's not happening. And at that point, Hamasaur was like, computer, send them to the dark face. Reinach Vach immediately turned and shot at the computer. It had a shield and didn't do anything. And the computer says to Reinach Vach, and it says, I was not going to send you. Please don't shoot me. And at that point, security guards walked in, and Vis Horasa walked in.
Well, you missed first. He started making towards Reinach Vach, so Reinach Vach knocked the gun out of his hand and leveled at his chest.
And a blast door went up in front of the computer, and Vis Horasa and security guards came in, and they determined that Hamasaur did this on purpose, and it wasn't the computer, and he confirmed it. And so she escorted everybody back up to her office to teleport them from the dark face.
Oh,
and you have just
sent us to the dark side?
You've just witnessed that, yes. So she comes up. And you guys all. I'll get to that point in a minute, Caval, but that hasn't been said yet. They all are standing in the office. Obviously, Caval is suffering from the spikes, the injuries from the spikes in the trees. So his his insides are kind of starting to turn into some liquid. Grax obviously has a black eye. Maybe a lot of puffy lip from the physical melee fight that he had with the Cobra Roads earlier. And then Bavokin is standing in the office with all of you, kind of like, okay, these aren't rocks. What is going on here? Why are we here?
Tech Thrall, Cabal, you guys are okay. Oh, it worked.
And,
No,
and
I
I
haven't
say,
shaved in a while, but I don't think I look like that Grazerite at all.
and I say,
Oh.
medic, medic, and fall over.
Oh no.
So she's real quick to,
Yeah, I obviously run over there and start giving him any attention that he needs.
and there's some Thalaman
Asking
staff
the
that,
staff for,
yeah,
yeah.
they walk up and they have
gosh.
medical stuff for you
We
as well.
lost you there, GM.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
GM.
Well, I'm here.
Whoa.
Do you hear me?
You're
You're
breaking
freezing
up and
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you're breaking up and like freezing up.
Stream froze, it looks like. Alright, we might be back.
Okay, you guys
Cabal
good?
toppling over and giving his Oscar moment. That was
Yep,
just too
think so.
much for the stream.
It was heavy for the stream. All right, yeah, I'm good. It looks like my internet pooped there for a second. So she's calling up the medical staff to assist you, Grax, in helping Cabal. And Bavokin's standing there, and she looks to the captain, and she says, "Let's get to the bottom of this, Captain." And she's typing something up on the computer. And it's the moment when both Cabal and Grax step into the chambers initially to be scanned by the computer to see where they want to be sent. And you can see the computer scanning, but what you don't see is the door open from the side and Hamasaur come in and zap you both. So it was him who zapped you guys, and he had drug you off.
That
Ah,
bastard!
so the AI did nothing wrong.
The AI, well, you learned a little bit about that last time, yeah.
Oh,
So it was what it was doing what it felt was right in its mind.
Right.
So
And
Bavokin's
This is why Seb doesn't like AI. Sorry.
no, go ahead. You guys have anything to add? Keep
I
going.
hear you.
Keep going.
How long were they gone? How long was it? This like journey on the dark side.
It was probably at least 8 hours, if not more.
Or... please, can we get my crew? Not only medical care, of course, but maybe some drinks.
So
Like some R&R.
it's funny that you mentioned that. She says, in one due moment, Captain, and she looks over at Bavokin, and she says, at this point, she glances at the captain, and she says, I'm glad we got your men out, Captain, and I apologize for this misfortune. I want you to know that this is not our ways.
This is the way. We want a refund.
we want a refund for a free visit.
And she quickly glances to where Bavokin is, because Hamasaur is not, and she says, as for you, I cannot believe you were part of gaming the system with Subdirector Hamasaur. And
What was the motive? What was the point of all this?
she looks back and she says, to you, Captain, he assaulted your crew members. He's no longer welcome here, referring to Hamasaur. You are welcome to punish him as you see fit, as well as Bavokin here, as your laws see fit. Either way, they will both be finding a way off of Valema. And hopefully those, she looks at Bavokin now, and she's hopefully those who have contracted you for delivery of such innocent victims don't seek you out for failing to fulfill your contract. And Captain, at that point, the drinks alien that smacked you with her tail earlier, she comes in, but also she's escorted with several others, and they're carrying drinks. The medical aid to Cabal seems to have kicked in, so you're not really in pain anymore, so you're feeling pretty good right now, Cabal.
Dare I say we take some R&R?
Cheers!
Hey, as long as you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
But these bastards, yeah, they're gonna get prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Yeah, well, get him.
So, I'm back up on my stress. I recover all those points.
Yeah, I'll get all that.
I was down to the last one. What had happened if I had?
You become
Would I have passed out?
incapacitated and take an injury. Yeah.
You would have turned to goo.
You would have
Would I
turned to
have
goo.
taken a permanent injury? One of those kind of things, like a limp or something? Is that what happens?
If you got revived, yeah.
Lost
So
an antenna.
we can go in that here in a second as we end the whole of the law. I guess Captain and the crew. What's going on here? Well, you guys taking some R&R now without the threat of danger? You going back to your ship and moving on your merry way?
So I legit said that in character. So as long as the people that were involved in this traumatic situation are okay with it, then we're going to do that, you know. But if not, we're going to go back to the ship and carry on our duty. So when if Caval said what he said in character, then it seems like we're good to go. my deduction skills would say.
Okay. And
We missed you,
I've got a
Captain.
question, Admiral.
welcome back. Yes, sir, Commander.
While this other stuff was happening, did that extended task get completed on the ship?
No, almost, but no, not quite.
But they were still working after everyone else was doing here.
They were.
I really wanted, while they're talking to the director there, for Kullat to come over the intercom and say, "This is Commander Kullat of the USS Surprise. I have taken control."
I now have control of the entire station.
All the cameras start like moving around sporadically.
No, you're
Doors
actually
start opening and closing.
one work away, so basically 1 point away and 2 more magnitudes. So had you probably rolled, or had we gone back to you, that easily could have been possible.
Is that
yes.
communication the only reason we got interrupted? Or
Yeah, that's they found out because of the complication. Yes.
Oh man, it was an accident.
gee whiz!
Shucks. So Captain, you guys are taking R&R. We're at the end of scenario. What's going through your mind? What's going through the captain's mind? And
Apparently the captain doesn't give a fuck. 'Cause he just left.
he just froze.
Mission
dipped.
over.
He's out.
He logged
I'm out. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Well, he might come back. Maybe he's busy getting some alien tail.
What a great face to end on.
Commander Kullat, sir. What's going through your mind as a commander, and what's going through your mind as a player for the scenario? There he is. Hold on a minute.
Oh, I don't know
What's going on? Are you done? You just leave?
I don't know what's happening. I'm
You just beam out? Did somebody transport the captain out? What's going on here? Captain, before you leave, sir,
Yes.
I know you came in midway, but what's going through your mind and thoughts on the scenario and anything else you want to add?
Oh no, yeah. So I mean, since the beginning, like in general, this scenario I thought has been like the best scenario. Not maybe that objectively, but just in like my experience with this module so far. I thought this like fit in really well with the universe. Also explored some really cool, funny ideas and some like neat plot twists. So all in all, I think this was a pretty solid quest line, so to speak. As far as how the captain's feeling, he's really just, what's the word? I was going to hug these guys when they came back, if you will, but I noticed Cabal was in pain, and the black guy, like, I really wanted to give these guys a big hug, but at the same time, the captain in me needs to keep professional despite being, on the brink of breaking down because his crew is missing, and it's his fault, even if it's not. It's his fault. He made the decision.
Until the alien came in and wraps her tail around you.
Yeah, and then right. No. Okay, I didn't fall. I didn't succumb to the temptations, all right? But no, ultimately I'm glad the team's back together, and hopefully we can get these guys to federal prison and whatever it might be in the Star Wars universe. I don't remember. and maybe we'll learn something from this, because maybe this wasn't intentful. You know, maybe my sus radars are going off when it comes to the motivations for this guy, more than just being a sadistic prick. I have a feeling this is related to being Starfleet, but I don't know. It's just a theory, a game theory. So we'll see how that turns out.
So you're saying the real adventure was inside us all along?
Yes, in summary.
The friendships we maintained along the way.
So Hades, does that mean as we start, as we go to Commander Kullat, you're going to sing us the Enterprise theme song? Is that what you're trying to say? Been a long road, getting from there to here.
He left. Now he left.
He left. That's good stuff.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
good.
what happened there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Commander Kullat, your thoughts on the game as a player and the scenario, and then as you.
My thoughts on the game are Scott Bakula's Star Trek series never existed. All because of the theme song.
Good.
No, so Kullat was suspicious in the first place because, you know, logic dictates that there's no such thing as a free lunch. He's a hardcore economist, right? That's Economy 101. So he was pretty suspicious that they were promising everything we wanted for no reason, and you know, we're hitting us with chemicals to feel good and whatever. But oh look, things turned out. They took a turn. Who could have guessed? So yeah, he was just working at the end there. He's like, we've been wrong. My people are kind of being held away from me. So he was working hard to gain access to that system, because as far as he was concerned, it was appropriate to do so. But yeah, fun scenario. Fun idea. I missed the middle episode, but it was still a good one.
Good. Lieutenant Commander Caval.
Loved it. The dice were against us. That sucked. There were a couple potential really dramatic, heroic moments that were ruined just because of crap dice rules. But yeah, I love the scenario.
Fantastic. And TAC Thrall.
Yeah. So as a player, I had a lot of fun with this one. It was a unique idea. I wouldn't have thought about something like this in the Star Trek universe. So that's fun.
Which universe? I'm sorry. Which universe was it again?
Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did somebody say something wrong? Somebody say something wrong?
I think maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Huh.
Who knows?
As for TAC Thrall, I'd like to think that no one ever told them that they actually got saved, and he's still up there just having an anxiety attack until they're done with their R&R.
While Kulat's breaking into their mainframe.
Since we got a few minutes, does anybody have any questions about the actual scenario that I can go into for you?
Well, so what would happen if the captain just kind of fucked off, literally, the entire time? What would have happened to the crew? Like, what kind of journey would they have?
So if the captain wasn't looking for his buddies and he didn't have such a deep connection with the crew, as far as everybody would have been aware, the crew would have just been enjoying their R&R at an extended period of time. To which the bridge crew could have joined in, or they could have kind of held down and been like, it's somebody else's rotation. Let us go now, Bogart. But yeah, like I had probably like 5-6 different light face things that you could have done and explored and learned about. Should you have taken that route? Yes. Yeah. So there was that. But then in terms of the gentleman in the dark face, Vulcan was leading you guys up to the highest tier, which here, I'll show you real quick on the map. Let me get you over there.
He was going to sacrifice you to his god.
No, he was going to make sure all your characters are here and have sight once it's loaded.
I'd just like to emphasize we're saying dark phase. Dark phase.
Dark phase.
P-H-A-S-E. Just want to emphasize that.
So are we out of phase at this
or
point?
face.
We're not saying dark face. We are not saying that.
Oh, I get it now. I see.
There's a okay.
But you
I
just-
get
I
it.
was thinking like face of the planet. But yeah.
Let's see. Did the arena load up for anybody yet?
No, it didn't on stream either. It's hung up at 98.
Yeah.
Do a quick refresh. And then I can show you. If it doesn't work, then we'll no. Oops. What scene is everybody on here? Well, there. Should load now. And I'll go to the map and I'll get your characters on there so you guys can see. So, let me adjust your vision here also so you guys can see a little bit more. One. Two. Three.
Oh, that looks kind of cool.
And 4. Everybody see everything?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he would have taken you up into an arena, and the doors would have slammed behind you, and he would have laughed and said, "I've been against you all along. The whole point of this was to see how well you fight, so I could bring you to the arena and fight in my arena." And he would have gone up and watched, and you would have had quite a few beings here to fight. And there are weapons strewn throughout the arena, but you would have had to fight quite a bit.
I thought he was our pal.
Yeah, I was going to invite him to Starfleet.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude. So that was, yeah, that was.
And I was 1 point away from incapacitation. If I'd taken 1 more point of damage, I would have been unconscious.
Yes, you would have. But then, yeah.
Shut up! You didn't know.
I
You
knew.
didn't know.
But yeah, that is about all, and that's where we will come to a close on the stream, unless anybody else has anything to add about the game or the schedule or anything else.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So as I end this, Captain, you guys do your R&R and you make it back to the ship. And honestly, no sooner do you get back that you get a notification that there's a high priority message waiting for you in your ready room.
Oh. Sure, so I excuse myself to my ready room and I activate the console?
Yes. So on the console, it looks very distorted. It's another Vulcan. He's wearing his science uniform, and he says, "My name is Commander Tavek. I'm sending out this message to Captain Maricadi because I see in my records here that you have visited this planet called Pedra. We are a science survey team checking out the locals and the device that you found that had strange and wondrous capabilities. And on the screen is the idol that the Ferengi dropped from Scenario 2, right?"
Right.
Excellent.
And he says, "I'm requesting you and your crew's assistance on the planet. Once you come in orbit, I need you to hail me. This has already been proved by the Admiral himself." And the transmission ends.
Alrighty then. So I will save my reaction for the beginning of the next session.
All right. Perfect. So that is where we'll end, folks. Appreciate everybody hanging out. I thank you for the new follower, the Lover4331, the subscription. They subscribed as well, didn't they? Yes, they did. The raid by Millie, the GM. Tex, thanks for hanging out. Vallard as well. Same to you. Judge Wolf, everybody. Until next time, next game is 2 weeks, so March 28th. And this will be the series finale with the USS Surprise. So stay tuned and live long and prosper.
Shit.
And we'll go to our end screen, everybody.